All right. Glenn Brink, you are next. Clap it up. All right, I have some more of my continuation of poems called Questionable Love, and this one's called Elderly Attractions. You are the night cashier. You hate your job selling food. Your biggest fear is an old dude. They hit on you for a bit, and they call you a chap. You're constantly throwing a fit. You're sick of this crap. There is a solution to this elderly attractions. It could all be over. End your retractions and look rugged like a drover. All your problems could be cured if you'd only grow a fucking beard. Alright, and this one's called Rough Love. She hits me when I'm good, she hits me when I'm bad. Our situation may be misunderstood, but that doesn't make me sad. She brings out the whip, she brings out the crop. She hits me on the hip, I ask her to stop. She says what I want doesn't matter, and she keeps going. I spite her by telling her she looks a little fatter, and it's showing. This makes her mad, but she still enjoys. We both love this and the use of toys. And this one is called Binding Love. I sit alone in the dark. I sit in my chair. I finish my paper on the great white shark. My loneliness is unfair. I twiddle my thumbs in contemplation. I think about how long it's been since I've been in a relation. Then I play with my pen. But this does not satisfy. I need something obscure and potentially fun. I cannot justify what I had done. Lately I have been in a funk, so I grabbed my stapler and stapled my junk. Alright, and next up is Errol Lamb.
Good evening, everyone. It was nice to see some of you last night at the Quazel, right? Some of you were there. We had a nice time, right?
Oh yeah.
It's going to be going on again next month. So maybe we'll all be there next month, right? And next week like this, we won't be here, right? Because it'd be Thanksgiving. And as you do whatever you do on Thanksgiving with your family, your friends, whatever, just do one thing too. Remember the Native American people, all right? Just do that. Update, always the update and the banners. I've been contacted by a USG undergraduate students government senator, so they're kind of interested. So the struggle goes on. Okay, on campus, you've heard about the demolition of the two fraternities and the Rogers Hall. And all I got to say is this, is that the university keeps trying and will be fucking everybody every semester in some way, in some fashion. All right? On the national front, don't forget, if you haven't been reading about what's happening in California, you do know, right? This is the second day that Berkeley is on strike, no classes. Tomorrow will be the third day. The fees are going up at least 30%. In UCLA today, they had a protest in Los Angeles at the Board of Trustees meeting. So one thing comes out of this struggle in California that I see is this. The students, the faculty, and the staff are working together. They're working together. It's a fantastic, radical change of how the relations have been on the campuses. The students, the faculty, and the staff are working together. We have been socialized to believe that we're all separate packets at the university. Students working for themselves, faculty working for themselves, staff working for themselves. Well, in California now, they're trying to build the alliance of students, faculty, and staff. It's the university that is trying to do whatever they do. So keep your eyes on that. On the international front, our president was in Asia, and now he's finding out it ain't all that easy when you're dealing with the inscrutable Asians, all right? It ain't all that easy. He can't go over there and charm those people over there. So read about that. And the last thing, he's about to send the troops, more troops back into Afghanistan, right? So keep your eyes out for that. Well, my first contribution here tonight is a poem by Muta Baruka. Muta Baruka. He's a Jamaican dub poet. And in the Caribbean, people like me who was born there, we do not pronounce the letters TH, right? TH is the, this, the. Well, we don't pronounce the TH, all right? And I have not done it deliberately because I want to maintain my resistance to not becoming American. So this is this. T-H-I-S is this. D-I-S. It doesn't mean disrespect and all of that shit. All right? So Muta Baruka, this is his poem. This poem, D-I-S-P-O-E-M. All right, bear with me. This poem shall speak of the wretched sea that washed ships to these shores, of mothers crying for their young, swallowed up by the sea. This poem shall say nothing new. This poem shall speak of time, time unlimited, time undefined. This poem shall call names like Lumumba, Kenyatta, Nkrumah, Hannibal, Akhenaton, Malcolm, Garvey, Haile Selassie. This poem is vexed about apartheid, racism, fascism. The Ku Klux Klan, riots in Brixton, Atlanta, Jim Jones. This poem is revolting against first world, second world, third world, division, man-made decision. This poem is like all the rest. This poem will not be amongst great literary works, will not be recited by poetry enthusiasts, will not be quoted by politicians, nor men of religion. This poem is knives, bombs, gun, blood, fire, blazing for freedom. Yes, this poem is a drum. Ashanti, Mau Mau, Igbo, Yoruba, Nyabingi warriors, Uhuru, 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 Nyami, Namibia, sorry, Uhuru, Soweto, Uhuru, Africa. This poem will not change things. This poem needs to be changed. This poem is a rebirth of the people. Arising, awaking, understanding. This poem is speaking, have spoken. This poem shall continue even when poets have stopped writing. This poem shall survive you, me. It will linger in history, in your mind, in time forever. This poem is time, only time will tell. This poem is still not written. This poem has no poet. This poem is just part of the story. His story, her story, our story. The story is still untold. This poem is now ringing, talking, irritating, making you want to stop it. But this poem will not stop. This poem is long, cannot be short. This poem cannot be tamed, cannot be blamed. This poem is still not told about this poem. This poem is old, new. This poem was copied from the Bible, your prayer book, Playboy magazine, the New York Times, Reader's Digest, the CIA files, the KGB files. This poem is no secret. This poem shall be called boring, stupid, senseless. This poem is watching you trying to make sense from this poem. This poem is fucking up your brains, making you want to stop listening to this poem. But you shall not stop listening to this poem. You need to know what shall be said next in this poem. This poem shall disappoint you because this poem is to be continued in your mind, in your mind, in your mind, your mind. Thank you.
Always a pleasure, Errol.
And now we have Zach reading some prose.
Zach in here.
Zach's not here right now. Up next, we have Nick Ross and Manuel. Nick will be on guitar, and Manuel will be speaking.